All right, I'm ready. Okay. Hey guys. Oh wait, no, that's not my intro. Sorry, I gotta do that again. And we'll find a way to move on. 'Cause if it's meant to be, then it'll be a love song. Hey, it's Gabby Fe. Welcome back to my podcast. You may have seen my viral TikTok videos posted on the Shade Room, Real Toronto Ruse, World Star, all the above. Thanks for coming back to watch this episode. We have a very special guest today, BJ Minor. You may have seen him on a few awesome places. For example, Hulu's Mike Tyson. He played teenage Mike Tyson. I literally wore this jacket today because he just did a Super Bowl commercial with the Cher Horowitz from Clueless.
I love it.
I'm obsessed. And when I saw that, I'm like, oh my gosh, like who material girls out there, it girls out there love all the outfits from Clueless, all the cute jackets, all the two pieces. Like this jacket is inspired by Clueless. I wore it for BJ because I saw him in that commercial and I'm obsessed.
Period.
Yes. BJ.
What's up, boo?
Oh, what's up?
Thank you for having me. This is lit. And you look amazing.
Thank you. You look amazing. And we match.
Cher and Dion would be obsessed.
Yes.
They'd be obsessed. Amber too, and she doesn't even want to give you love.
Literally.
Oh my
gosh. And we match. We're both wearing green.
We're both wearing green.
The color of money. That's what I'm about this year. Like getting my coin, getting to my bag.
Love a good bag.
Yeah.
Several bags. All the
Several bags. So BJ, we want to know who is BJ Minor? Like you're in all these amazing places. I was over Christmas break. I was watching the Christmas movie with Faison Love. I saw you in there. What was it called? Santa Games.
On Hulu, dope.
You killed it. I was laughing my ass off because you're so funny. So tell me what it's like being an actor in LA. What's that life like for those of us who don't know? What is that like?
Well, I think for everyone it's different. For me, according to my Instagram handle, I'm that non-binary baddie.
Yeah.
So for me, it's really interesting because the trans and non-binary bodies that are trying to occupy this crazy space we call entertainment, it's a little more difficult for us. So I'm very proud of the success I've seen lately. Especially being, it's an intersection, queer, Black, non-binary. I'm very blessed to be where I'm at. The fact that I'm working and I have multiple jobs coming up with multiple jobs also coming out right now, it's insane. But to be an actor in LA, it's not easy.
Tell it.
Not easy.
I know.
This is not the career for the faint of heart because man, we have weeks where we'll have I think one week I had 18 auditions, and then we'll have 1 week where you have nothing, where it's just crickets. So it's exhausting mentally and emotionally. It's a wild roller coaster. And the only advice I can give anyone who wants to get into acting is to love the process. You have to love the process. I love auditioning.
Really?
I think everyone needs to learn how to love auditioning because that's what you're going to be doing most of the time. You're going to be auditioning more than you're on set, and we get more no's than yeses, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's finding ways to make every single audition you touch interesting. How can you do that? And that's what I do. So I found ways to enjoy the process. It's not easy, but it's worth it.
So we've seen you in such major productions where you've worked with legends, literally legends. Can you name some of the people that you've worked with
Lil
on set?
me. What?
Tell us, name drop. Tell us who you've been working with.
Okay, let's see. So Faison, like you said, for
Faison, Big Worm and Friday. Friday's my favorite movie, by the way.
Yes, for our folk who are less melanated.
I love Friday. I love Friday.
Faison, Harvey Keitel and Mike, Trevante Rhodes and Mike, Russell Hornsby. You've probably seen him in everything you can think of. I was just telling him off camera that I just shot an HBO show where my scene was with Robert Downey Jr., so that hasn't dropped yet.
Wow.
Yeah, for a show called The Sympathizer. Alicia Silverstone.
Yeah, Cher.
Yeah, it's wild. I had a movie that came out like years ago that I don't think a lot of people saw. It was in theaters, called I Got the Hookup.
That sounds really familiar. I wonder
So
if I've seen it.
Thank you for the opportunity, but it was so ratchet. and that I got to work with like Master P. So
Really?
like, some really fun
That
stuff
is
like that.
amazing. Are these celebrities that you've worked with personally? Do you feel like they're very similar to what we know them as when we watch them on interviews and red carpet events? Or are
They
a
are
lot
just
different?
such normal people, which is so dope. They're all such normal people. Like Alicia, for example, was so kind and super bubbly and so similar to Cher in like the best of ways. Harvey for Mike was just the sweetest old man. He treated me like a peer. I never felt intimidated by him once. Such a like gracious scene partner. So all the celebrities I've worked with, I haven't had any horror stories yet. Thank
That's
God.
amazing.
Could you imagine? Like quits acting tomorrow. Like, oh my Lanta, what am I doing?
BJ, can I just say, I've told you this before, but you
Yes.
guys, I was blown away. First of all, I love arts. Obviously, I'm in the entertainment industry. I've been
And you're
performing.
eating, you're slaying, your
thank
face is
you.
everywhere.
Is it?
I can't wait till we both have like Times Square ads and we can take a trip to New York together
I
just
would
to stand
love that, PJ.
underneath.
I
Like,
would love that.
it's gonna happen. It needs to happen.
Yes, I'm claiming and manifesting that as well. So I appreciate. I mean, I'm not. I don't do this for the money, even though the money's great sometimes. At times, the money's great, but like I do this for the love of it. I really love seeing people's work, people, performing. When I see a good performance of like acting or someone singing or someone rapping, and I'm just like so touched by their art. I'm just like, wow, like you were born for this. And this is how
Living
I
in your
felt.
purpose.
Literally, this is how I felt when I first saw you on the screen in Hulu's Mike, the show. I was like, I have to know this man. Who is this man? Like, you killed it. This, like, just the mannerisms that you took from the Mike Tyson, like just embodying his teenage self. And like, it's not like you were even alive when he was a teenager, but
Right.
you killed that role. You
Thank
killed
you.
it. And I'm just like, he really did it. And I immediately, I was so like inspired by your work that I had to DM you. I had to reach out. I was like, I have to know what's going on here. And like,
And then we got brunch.
and then we got brunch. I love brunch.
Which is what, gays and women do. We just get brunch together. Let's go get mimosa.
Yes. And with all the hot goss, which we're about to get into,
Oh
because
my
I have
God.
questions. But like,
Tea time? What?
is it tea time? Okay. So,
Okay.
BJ.
Yes.
How long ago did you move to LA, and what was it like when you were first here? You didn't know anybody. You weren't this amazing actor on TV yet. Like, you were new, green on the grass. Like, what was that first time like being in LA?
Well, I'm from Virginia,
You're from Virginia,
which is
ABA.
like country. Like when I was in high school, like sometimes our parties were field parties. Like
What's a field party?
like because it's farmland, we would be doing like keg stands and beer bongs
Really?
in a barn.
In a barn?
With like hay and like
With hay?
dogs running around. Like that kind of country. So coming here, it was like a whole different world. I'm just like, I didn't even have Grindr when I got here.
Really?
No. I was just like, how do people date out here?
Really?
So yeah, my first 2 years, I can't even lie to you and say I pursued acting. Like my first 2 years I was here, I was hoeing out. Like,
You were hoeing out. What was that like?
there's lots of gay people in Los Angeles.
Yes.
I don't think I should be revealing my body count, but she was a little reckless. But
Well,
she's
how
good
are you
now.
meeting people if you like never been to like did the Grinder, which is the gay
West Hollywood.
Oh,
Have you've been to
yeah.
WEHO's
But the gays are
crawling.
out. The gays are out
It's
in West Hollywood.
crazy.
Okay.
It's just like, where did you all come from? You probably all came from farms too. Everyone's repressed. Everyone's wilding out. It's just like, what's going on?
Not everyone coming from farms.
I think they did. Oh my gosh. All the child. Oh my God. So yeah, my first 2 years, I wasn't focused. So I've been confidently like pursuing film and television for the last 5 years. So I feel like I'm still learning. I actually just took my first on-camera class, started 2 weeks ago.
Really? Your
Yes.
first class? So how did you know how to act before? You just did it?
I took a theater class in college. I took they call it beginning acting in college.
That was your only formal training before you got...
So yes, in college I took 3 acting courses for like theater, and then I didn't touch it until 5 years ago.
Wow.
And then I just took my first on-camera class. So I've kind of just been figuring the camera side of things on set.
That is a huge...
Which is kind of crazy.
That is. Because I hear there's a
about.
difference between like theater acting and on-camera acting. So you didn't have any training.
And that's probably why right now is like why I'm finally to start like working so much, because now I'm just figuring it out.
Oh.
Which is kind of cool. I'm still a little baby in this acting game.
And you're killing it.
Thank you. So it's really exciting. Yeah, I literally just started taking my first on-camera class 2 weeks ago.
Wow, how is that going?
I put it in my story, a scene from my class, and people were like, "I can't believe you. This is where you're at already." And I'm just like, "Thanks."
You were
crazy.
born for this. You were meant
Living in
for
my
it.
purpose.
You are.
Who knew? But in Virginia, I was a preschool teacher prior to moving out here.
What?
So I worked with the Head Start program.
Oh my gosh.
And then afternoons, I would be a part of like the after school care. So it was a whole different world.
Wow.
Prior to me moving out here, like to become like a full-time artist.
So you can handle a bunch of kids.
My God. 16 4-year-olds.
16
per class.
4-year-olds. They must have had you running around rampant.
Oh my God. But it was so much fun. I loved my babies.
I love kids
But this
too.
is so much better because I get paid more.
per literally. So okay, so you're in acting, you're doing your thing. What's been like, I guess, the hardest part about it and the best part about it?
The hardest part. I guess the hardest part is literally the mental health sides of things. Like I call it getting back on the horse, because you fall off of it so often. Like last year alone, before Mike even came out, I think I got pinned for like 5 or 6 projects. And being pinned, it's like you go through the audition process, you do the callback, you do the director session. And then when they really like you and you're about to get the job, they pin you. So like they're like, here are the dates. And then in your head, you're like formulating like, oh, what am I going to spend my money on? So I literally got pinned for like a bunch of other projects for Netflix, Hulu, and HBO. And then I didn't get them.
Dang.
Didn't get
That's
them.
hard.
It was crazy. And I literally just had to like be like, okay, you didn't get these. Everything happens for a reason. I know there's a greater purpose. You pick myself up, get back on the horse, audition again.
Right.
Some people, they can't do that. Like you
At all.
Especially once you make it that far in the audition process, because you've literally spent like weeks, sometimes months, auditioning, and you finally get to the end and you get pinned and you're like, oh, it's mine. Like I finally did it. And then to find out it's not yours, it's really humbling.
Speaking of, I've been through that process.
Yeah.
A couple years ago, I got to the director's screening for a pilot.
Congrats.
Thank you. And I
Those
got
are wins too. We have to celebrate those.
Right.
We have to learn to celebrate
That's amazing
those.
because like how many people get to that last like director's screening? Like I did a chemistry read with another celebrity actor. I can't remember his name right now. He was on 30 Rock, a bunch of other things. I got to do a chemistry read with him, and it was in the middle of COVID, so we did this off of Zoom. And like, you know, and then they just didn't greenlit the show. Like they just didn't even go to like, you
Actually
know,
filming it.
yeah. So I'm just like, dang. But if they ever want to bring it back, I'm available, guys.
Right. Still slaying, still ready.
Still ready.
Yeah, it's a tough business, man.
So for someone who's like trying to move to LA and like they want to know more about this, right? Like you've been to the very beginning and you're
Yes.
and you're slaying it now. Like what's a typical, you know, like how much do people get paid for like a role like that, a TV show role or a movie role? Like what do people...
It varies, honestly. It depends, like honestly, if you have like a good business partner. I know some people don't have like representation, they'll just have like business partners that negotiate for them. But ultimately for actors, our managers or our agents will negotiate our wages. For guest stars, it can vary. Like it could be like 1,000 something a day to like 4,000 a day. I've heard people get like 10,000 a day. So it honestly varies.
Okay. And like you say that some weeks you have nothing going on. So do you feel like when you do get paid for a role, an actual paid role, not just auditioning, do you feel like you need to like manage that? Like do you think I need to live off this for like the next 3 months or something like that, just in case? Like how do you do?
I wish I was that responsible. Shot in the back of my head, I'm always like, I'm gonna book something else. So let me just go spend this. I'm like, let me go spend this real quick. I'm gonna book something tomorrow, right?
Okay.
So I try to live with confidence, but it also could be delusion. Sometimes I'm just like,
I love delusion.
I'm like, oh my God, did I just fail this test again, God? I thought you were gonna give me the book in, so I just went ahead and spent it. I'm sorry.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I have another really good question for you, BJ, because I've been wondering about this, and I know everybody else is too. As a gay Black man living in LA auditioning, you play straight roles. So what's that like? What's that code switch like? Like, how do you get into character? Like, how are you so good at playing straight?
I think I'm terrible at playing straight.
I believed it.
So when I book straight things, the first thing I'm thinking is, what were these straight boys doing in this audition? Because I feel like I see all the tells in myself. I'm just like, it's stressful.
Yes.
It's not. I'm not gonna say it's not fun because it is really rewarding, and that's the whole point of being an actor. You're a canvas. You should be able. Not everyone should have to tell other stories, but I think that's like the ultimate goal for most actors is to show their versatility and their range. For me, it is stressful because I do have to like really focus, like lowering my voice, pulling back on some of my really big expressions or finding new ways to channel those expressions in a more masculine manner. So it definitely takes a lot of effort. I wish I had more gay opportunities, honestly.
Okay.
I think that would be lit because then I would just be really playing more.
Yeah.
But also I do love being an artist. I do love being a canvas. And I just thought it was super iconic last year. Like when Mike came out, I also had my Ulta Beauty campaign that came out at the same time. And I was just like, yeah, this is exactly the life I want to live. I want to show you that I will give you an award-winning performance as a hyper-masculine boxer, but I'm also going to beat this face and sell this makeup to you.
You're versatile.
Duh.
Yes, I love it. And that gives you so many opportunities to do a bunch of different things. You can play gay, you can play straight, you can do makeup, you can do be a boxer. Like
Right.
so many different things.
So many different things.
I love that.
What is your like main goal? Because I feel like both of us do have similar goals with the facility we were given from God. Like we both have very interesting backgrounds in a world that doesn't necessarily already celebrate us on camera. Mm-hmm. So like, what's your ultimate goal?
Okay, so my core goal has never changed, but my avenues have changed. Okay. So I want to like, impact the youth, especially in a positive manner. When I was growing up, I didn't see anybody that looked like me on TV or in magazines. So I'm become that representation for other girls who are bigger, darker skin, from towns that people like, that they're surrounded by fat phobia and like people just telling them they can't do something because of the way they look, or they can't date a high value man, a 7-figure man because you're fat and you're dark. People tell me that all the time. I get trolled all the time. Like people, they're obsessed with me. The men are obsessed.
The trolls are obsessed too.
They're obsessed, yeah.
They're like, they just want your attention.
Literally.
It's really sad.
It's really sad.
Like you could have just been nice. I would have said something nice back to you. Like
Literally.
Thank you, not interested, or thank you for that.
Literally. And so I would say, so I have 3 goals going into this industry, and so my 3 goals, and it has changed, but I'll tell you what it was at first. My 3 goals: be a series regular on a hit TV show.
Coming.
Have 100 million streams on Spotify for my music.
Coming.
And have a billboard in Times Square, which I already crossed off my list last year.
I know, you already did that. That's so sick.
Yeah, so like I know that those are coming. And now that so my avenues have shifted a little bit, and now I've become a voice to the people. And I don't know how this happened, but they literally do not know how this happened. But basically, I went viral for my TikToks about dating high value man, 6-figure man, whatever. I honestly, when I just be talking, like I don't think about it. I'm just like talking from my point of view, from my truth, from my perspective.
Right.
Did I think that everybody would like be so shocked, inspired, and the awe factor would come out of me just literally speaking about my dating life, my true life?
I have such a question about this.
Okay.
Please. Okay. So what was the first day you found out it went viral? Like, who was the first person to tell you? Did you log on and you found it yourself? Like, can you walk us through that? Because that must be so insane, just like doing this TikTok and then it's like on all these huge media outlets. And what was the first media outlet you saw it on?
That's a really interesting...
I'm so curious.
Yes. Okay. So that's like a really interesting question because I went viral multiple times.
For the same video?
For different videos.
Okay.
So World Star posted me 4 times for 4 different videos.
Okay.
So I'm not really into like Twitter, but Black Twitter was lighting my ass up apparently, and I wasn't on there. I wasn't, but I'm not on Twitter. So people are telling me on TikTok, girl, they're lighting you up on Twitter. Black Twitter's going crazy. I'm like, well, I've never been on Black Twitter, so I don't even know what that's like. So it was different videos, but basically the very first video that I got lit up, that I got viral, was of me telling the story of me dating this lawyer who wanted me to pay for my own Uber for a second date, and he wanted me to travel like an hour and a half to him. And I'm like, why can't you pick me up or send me an Uber if you don't feel like driving? He got the money.
Right.
And so people were, and then I related it back to my sister who has been in a relationship for 3 years, and her guy does everything for her. Like, she's treated like a princess. I'm like,
right.
So they're just like, so that was the first viral video, and people were like, oh, the way you look, you should be lucky that he even wants to date you, and you should be lucky to even pay for your own Uber, things like that. Like,
did not know you were in Times Square. What do you mean? He is lucky.
Thank you.
Excuse you.
Exactly. So, that was the first viral video, but it was getting viral, and I just kept on talking about it because I was just like, obviously people are not used to women who look like me talking about these things, so I'm going to keep talking about it. Then I had a couple other
On top
videos.
of that, women who are just speaking confidently in what they want.
Yeah.
Still, which is wild.
Yeah.
In 2023.
Literally.
Then 2022, but still.
Literally.
That is crazy.
It's crazy. So I think,
but a man can be like, I want this, 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 and this.
and it's fine. Yeah. Like, oh yeah, you're a man. You can have whatever you want. Like, no,
Okay.
why can't I have what I want?
Right.
Like, I'm blessed to be an American woman because I understand that there are women in the world who can't do anything without a man because the law doesn't allow them to. They're not allowed to.
Right.
They're not even allowed to speak about it. If I am living in America and I have the rights to speak about it,
right.
I'm going to use my voice because for all the other women out there who are not allowed to. So
and then also we live in the world of the internets. So the internet. So if I put this out there, Prince Charming might be watching. Why not?
Yeah, literally. When this lit up, like my one of my guy friends was like, "Well, Gabby, it's been like an hour and 100,000 people have liked this post, so one of them got to agree with you."
Honestly,
one of them got to.
How many of them agreed with you? Like, you had to get obviously positive DMs.
Oh,
the guys definitely went to your page.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, she's bad. She a baddie.
I've gotten positive DMs and I've gotten negative. I've gotten literally every morning I wake up and I check my DMs. It's another man yelling on the phone, like, stop making videos. You're ugly. You're fat.
Oh
Stop making videos. Every morning I'm just like, oh, thank you for the love.
Men.
Thank you for the love.
When Tyson came out, I had guys, this is so sad. And I was just like, the homophobia in 2022. I had guys pulling like some of my more feminine pictures from IG, and they were like posting, this is Mike Tyson, with like the troll face and stuff.
Wow.
But those same guys, this is God, those same guys, when they finally watched the show, apologized.
Oh, good.
That is just like also the power of the artist, because they judged me based on how I like to present myself, which changes from day to day. That's the power of being non-binary. And then when they saw the series, they were like, bro, you were cold. And I was
exactly. You killed it.
like,
you killed it.
egg on their face. So just keep winning, boo, like you are.
Thank you.
Because
Thank you. And to answer your question, I I can't answer it as like, when did I find out? Honestly, I've been going viral, so I was used to people making, like, there's men on the YouTube right now that have 10 to 20 minute videos dedicated to me. Like, I kid you not, I'm just like, you guys are obsessed on another level. I do
Right.
something to these men. Like, they are just so lit up about me.
Any idea, like, geographically where these men exist, if you had to guess? Because something tells me they're not in Los Angeles.
No, okay, maybe a couple. Well, I got into it with a couple of celebrities. They're on Los Angeles. They're in New York. So the celebrity ones, yes.
Was one of them the celebrity that you saw in a supermarket not too long ago?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Andre Fuller.
And was it Trader Joe's?
It was Trader Joe's,
okay.
yes. And he had like a 40-minute conversation with me because he had so much to say about a 30-second TikTok that I made. And so we had like a long conversation. We're besties now, like, but like at that time, it was just, again, you never know what is going to go viral. I didn't expect this to go viral. And that's what I mean by my avenue has changed. So now that I have this platform, I have a podcast, I'm talking about it more because it needs to be talked about, because so many people are so shocked that I'm talking about this. And I didn't think it was a shocking thing. It's literally life. It's normal. Like, but people are shocked. So that's why I talk about it. And I feel like I've been going viral all over the place, like Black Twitter, YouTube, Real Toronto News posted me and my date. That was embarrassing, but hey, we're here.
I love.
And so, but it was when the Shade Room posted me, that was when it was like, okay, I guess this is
and
like
that's
real.
like the mecca of black black news. Black people love Shade Room and Hollywood Unlocked. That is their newspaper.
That is their newspaper. You know how
a lot of people saw your face.
a lot of people saw my face. When I tell you that they posted me on Halloween, and I was so cute for Halloween. I had my little blonde 𝐤𝐤𝐬 wig with my little Playboy bunny outfit. I was like, yes, come to my page. I had like 50,000 people viewing my stories.
That's
that day.
Crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
So many strangers.
So yes, they were like they were literally coming in droves, and that's when I started getting all the DMs and all of that. So yes, the Shade Room definitely like blew me up that day, and I didn't even know how to handle it. Even today, like, everywhere I go, I don't even consider myself famous, but I guess when you're internet famous, people recognize you.
Right.
I go to do my laundry. This man's like, hey, aren't you the girl from Twitter? Can I get a picture? So I'm like in a rat's nest bun, my pajamas on, taking pictures with this man because he's like, oh my gosh, I have to show my wife, I have to have a picture of you. I walk down the street. This man's like, hey, aren't you that girl? Oh my gosh, you're hilarious. You know what I mean? It's like everywhere I go now, I'm like, and they recognize me.
Oh my
no
God.
makeup on, a messy bun, pajamas. Like, they love that look on me. They
I have
love
a question
it.
then. Okay, so because I'm still on my own rise, my own little ascension, what advice do you have for when I guess you are in a public's eye to that level and that degree where thousands and thousands of people are like viewing your stories, sliding your DMs? Like, how do you handle, like, mentally? Do you have any advice or suggestions to someone once they go viral?
How to handle like the good, the bad, the ugly?
Yes,
or
the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Sorry, my alarm is going off. I put do not disturb and my alarm's going off. I'm so sorry.
Phones can be shady sometimes.
Like, get with it. Okay. My advice, it depends on, I would say this, if you're going viral, you are given a platform like randomly out of the blue, like you don't know what you're gonna go viral for. I wanted to go viral for being cute. I went viral rolling out of bed with a messy bun, doing no effort to my looks and talking about high value men. That's what I went viral for. I didn't choose that. That's what y'all wanted.
Right.
So I just keep on going to that angle, So my advice is, if you're putting out content and you go viral, keep on putting out content, keep with that path, because it's just going to open up more doors and give you a platform that's bigger than the one you were in before you went viral. Don't let that opportunity pass. The first time I went viral was like the beginning of last year, and I was so embarrassed that I went viral on a video that I did not look like a model, like model cute or whatever.
but on a human aspect, I could understand why you would feel that way because that's also your business.
Right.
So you're like, I always want to present myself in a way that's
certain
going to
way.
allow me to get booked. But I
1000%.
understand the thought process.
Exactly. So I was like, oh my gosh. And so I ignored all of the hate, and like I started deleting things, and I was just like so embarrassed when I first went viral. And then I never told the story. Actually, a few months after that, this certified millionaire reached out to me, and he was like, and he does content too, whatever. And he was like, I really think you have something here. I would like to repost your content. And I knew that would make it go viral because he has a lot of followers.
Right.
And he asked me, he's like, can I repost it? And I was like, yeah, sure. And he's like, and he just gave me some words of wisdom. He's like, don't let the internet bully you into not, being your authentic self. Like,
Ooh,
he's
that's
like,
the biggest part.
yeah, he's like, keep the same look. Like, who cares what they think? Like, you're beautiful. Like, just keep the same look and keep the same attitude and you'll do fine. And literally, I did that. I was like, I'm not going to be ashamed. I'm not going to be embarrassed. Whatever. Like, this is literally how I look. People need to normalize, like, natural, not wearing makeup, not doing anything special. Like, this is how humans look. We don't need all of these things to like be beautiful, know? And so I started gaining the confidence to just be my authentic self, post without makeup, post without all of these things. And here we are today.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. I guess my next question is, and I don't know, maybe you're saving it for like when you decide to teach a class so you can like monetarily have like a gain off of it. But is there any free advice you would give someone on like how do you monetize going viral next?
Okay. So how to monetize going viral, sell an ebook, which my ebook will be on sale next month. Because what do we monetize in today's world as entrepreneurs, as influencers, as actors? Like, we monetize what services or our knowledge of the business or our knowledge of being viral or all of that. We monetize that by putting something out there for the people to get knowledge from. Like there was a lot of gatekeeping before the internet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, people did not want to tell you how to become an actor. You know how I learned to get an agent, how I learned to become an actor. I've been Googling how to get an acting agent since I was like 11.
Oh, wow.
And like, because I didn't know anybody famous. I didn't have any like rich uncle or whatever. Like, I was literally trying to figure it out for myself. And there was no information back then on the internet on how to really do it until one day, my early 20s, there was this woman on YouTube. Shout outs to Wendy Elaine Wright, the Hollywood talent manager.
Okay.
Shout outs to her. She literally put a bunch of YouTubes up about how to actually get in the business, how to act, how to like get an agent, how to get representation. And she taught me how the business worked. I bought her ebook. I read the ebook from beginning to end. It was like 30 pages. On the last day of that book, it was my birthday, and I got a call from an agent.
Wow.
And I followed her book. So follow my book. I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? Like, you just have to get the information from other people. And I would say invest in yourself, because I think some people are afraid to invest in themselves, but that's how you're going to get to the next level. When I first became a model, and that's another thing too, I never wanted to be a model. I never saw myself as a model. But when I had the opportunity to be a model, I was signed and I was thrusted into the fashion industry, and I had no knowledge of fashion. I couldn't even dress. Okay. I looked a hot freaking mess. You know what I mean? Like, I had no style sense or anything. I wasn't in fashion. I was a little tomboy growing up. So being thrust into this industry and being discovered as a model and starting to work as a model, I had no knowledge of modeling. So what did I do? I invested in myself. I put myself in a class that was run by another model who had been in the industry for years, and she was a working model, and I saw her campaign, so I knew she was legitimate. I spent like $100 to go to her class. It was like a day class or whatever. And I got so much information from that. And from there, I just kept on learning and growing and investing in myself. And I feel like if you're really serious about what you want, you need to invest in yourself so that you can get to that point.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. That would be my advice.
I love that. Well, because honestly, I've just had like a really chaotic and unorthodox way of getting here. Like, I've never paid for headshots, which is wild.
BJ, what? You never took a class. You never paid for headshots. Like, how are you living?
So,
like, what?
Yeah, like, so that's why I ask these questions, because I know if I were to give someone advice based on my
I see.
it would actually lead them the wrong path. Because I know I have a very special case.
Yeah.
Like for me, I had a friend who had really good with the camera and really good at editing, and I got the homie discount. So he did my headshots. He also did my actor reel. Like everything I've done, it's kind of been like, when they say it takes a village, I'm that person. Like the village raised me. Like I went based off of my connections with friends who had certain talents until I figured it out. When I didn't have money for like a commercial acting class, I had friends who were in classes. I would just ask them like, oh, what do they teach you in class? And that would apply them to my auditions. And I would book to get footage for my new reel and keep building that way until I could start taking my own classes. So
wow,
that's why I'm like really curious.
I see what you mean.
I'm here for that advice too. Because like I said, I still feel really new because I have a very interesting, nuanced way of getting to this seat.
Yeah. And you're like one of those, because like when people say like, you know, when I was younger, like, you know, when kids or younger people wanted to move to LA to be famous or to like be an actor or whatever, in small towns, especially the small town that I was from, people would say, oh, it's a shot in the dark. You're never going to make it. Don't even try. And like, you know, and then we talk about these like one-off cases, like, well, this person went and then they just got a job and then now they're on the course. You're one of those like special people that get on the course. And I think that's amazing because that's still like, you're still living proof in 2023 that can happen. And I think that people need to see that. Like people need to see that can happen, because once you start seeing it, that people are like doing what you want to do and living the dream that you eventually want for yourself, that brings it into reality. I feel like people need to see that representation again. And especially you being non-binary, you being Black, like you being queer and in this industry and coming in and being so open about it. I feel like, you know, 10, 20 years ago, people weren't as open about it.
Right. It's such a blessing to be me in this time, because exactly that was not the case. Like, thank God for people like Billy Porter and RuPaul and all the MJ Rodriguez, even the younger ones, like that knocked like the nails out of the door so we could skip on through. And even though there's still battles, like it is significantly easier because of people like that who've already made names for themselves in this industry, for sure.
Have you seen, I think I've asked you this, have you seen the show Pose?
Oh, obsessed.
Obsessed with Pose.
I'm like kind of sad that I wasn't the actor I am now when it was out, because I would have loved to audition for Pose.
Which character do you feel like you would best play in the show Pose?
I'm not going to answer that in respect to all of the actors that have their parts, but I personally think I could have done a great job too.
If there was a theater version coming out and they were casting, would you see yourself in the theater version of Pose?
Oh, absolutely. Okay. I mean, okay, so I just think everything happens for a reason. And my Super Bowl teaser played yesterday during the Grammys. And what happened at the Grammys? Beyonce became the most winning artist at the Grammys, and Viola Davis, who is my favorite actor on the planet, became an EGOT. So I want to become an EGOT too, and I would love to get my Tony from a Broadway play. I don't want to do a musical. I want to do a play. She got it for Fences. I would love to do a play.
Wow.
So absolutely, Pose the play. I'm so down. I'm ready to get my Tony.
Yes.
Shine her up.
Yes, DJ. Yes. I love that.
I know awards like aren't important, because like we just want to do the business and tell our stories. And one of my co-stars for Mike, the woman who played my mom, 𝐥𝐤𝐤𝐿, said that acting is like brain surgery. It's that important. And I really believe that. Yeah. However, what award show are you most looking forward to going to one day?
Going to or winning? I want to win a Grammy. Both. I just like, so before all of this other stuff that I'm doing now, which I'm very grateful for, I've been a singer since I was 4. Like I would be.
You're a great singer. I've seen your videos. You're so good.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. So I want a Grammy. I want to be on the red carpets. I want to go to the Clive Davis Grammy after party. So if anybody has a ticket, invite me, because that's like one of those that I want to go to. Yeah, but I mean, I love all the, I mean, I do want to see, I wish I was at the Oscars when, okay, that was really bad. I will not say that, but I want to go to the Oscars. I want to go to all of them, you know?
Yeah.
And like, I feel like
I can't wait to wear the dope clothes. I want to go to the Met Gala. Like, I can't wait for those opportunities.
Literally.
Like, that's going to be so cool.
Literally. And like, just even a few years ago, curvier women even like the smaller, curvier women, they couldn't find people to dress them for red carpet events. And Lizzo,
I was gonna say, now you have Lizzo out here.
Yeah, and people
Everybody
are
wants to
dressing
dress
her.
Lizzo.
They are dressing her, and I'm like, so the world has changed. Our time is now.
How do you feel about these celebrities who are getting into like their social media, TikTok, YouTube bags? I think a lot of them are finding out. I've never done YouTube or I don't have TikTok. I've never done Twitch, but a lot of them are finding out how hard it is. But what do you think about them getting into those bags?
I just feel like the world is changing and they're seeing that the attention, more people's attention is on their phone versus on TV.
Right.
And I feel like they want a piece of that pie and they want to get people's attention again. They realize that, you know what it is? You know, a few years ago, I always say a few years because it's really not that long ago, 10, 20 years ago, the celebrity only came from TV. Like
right.
You were a celebrity if you were on a TV show, a movie, all of that. Now you're a celebrity if you have like 1 million followers on TikTok, like, you know what I mean? Like people recognize you and know. My favorite TikToker, one of my favorite TikTokers is Alabama Barker. Love you, Alabama. That's Travis Barker's daughter.
Okay.
She's this little blonde girl who literally is so like, you just have to watch it. It's hilarious. But so I saw her yesterday when I was walking to the gym and she was driving by and I literally shouted her. I was like, Alabama, I love you, girl. Like, you know, and she's like not like a real celebrity. She's like on TikTok and like I know her from there. And yesterday I was on TikTok and one of the actors that I used to like love and adore his movies, but I haven't seen him in a while, and maybe because I don't really watch Lifetime anymore, but I think his name is Christian Keys. He was on TikTok live and just talking to the people. And I was like, that is so shocking that these famous actors are now just on TikTok, just talking to the people.
Just talking.
Because the celebrity has moved to the internet and to our phones. And they're just like, yeah, I want that. You know, but what do you think about them getting the bag?
I think it's so interesting. So I recently saw a Freddie Prinze Jr. interview. It's funny because Freddie Prinze Jr. is a huge wrestling fan, and so am I. So I was watching like a wrestling podcast, and he was the guest. And he was talking about how he tried to get into Twitch. And he was like, I honestly have to give anyone who's a YouTuber or on Twitch or anything like that their props, because he said he did it for like a week and he couldn't do it.
Really?
He said it was so tough. Like you have to deal with like so many random negative comments from people you don't know in the moment, and not like be in a space where you don't let it affect you immediately. And I've never thought of it that way. So I'm like, if they can do it, good for them. I don't know if I'm built for that.
VJ.
Like, I don't want no internet smoke. Like, I'm gonna let you fight by yourself. Like, if you gonna say something mean, you're the only one fighting, boo. You gonna look crazy. I'm just gonna walk away. I'm an Aries. I'm not trying to get lit up because, you know, us fire signs, we can get crazy. I'm not trying to set nothing on fire. So I'm just gonna let you do you.
Oh my gosh. And that's okay. That I will say that you definitely, I give you props if you can handle all the negativity and negative comments. I'm one of those people, but like I have 4 brothers. I grew up in a Caribbean household.
You can handle it.
Yeah. You can't say anything to me that I haven't heard worse, because I've had a very like strict upbringing, and like those kind of things, like that was just like the play yard recess stuff. Like that doesn't bother me. I'm not as sensitive. I have tough skin. And I feel like to be in this industry, you have to have tough skin. Like when I first started modeling, the stuff these agents would tell you, like these girls, like how to be model, how to be model. Like, can you handle what they tell you? Because they're not always nice to you, like at all. Like one time I was trying to be like an IG baddie, and like I was wearing like the fake eyelashes and like thinking I look so bad. I walked to my agent's office and she's like, this is the second day that you're walking in here with these fake eyelashes. Don't do it again. I don't ever want to see that on your face. Like, you know what I mean? I'm just like,
she didn't care.
Yeah, she was like, you think you look good, you don't. I'm just like, oh my God. I know. It's like you, and then one time, oh gosh, I have so many modeling stories I can tell you. But like,
goodness. That needs to be like its own series.
I will definitely do a series on that because
so
I can go in. But you know, like you just have to have tough skin. And like even with like my TikToks, I get negative comments every day, and people think like they're like, oh my gosh, like how do you deal with negative comments? I sit in my bed and I laugh because it's so hilarious. Like I love a good roast. I think it's so funny. And it is like so outlandish because like their negative comments are not true. They're just like, oh, you're not really a model. I'm in Times Square billboard. Like they're saying things that are not true, and it's just hilarious.
What's really a model if you're not, like, I'm literally in Times Square. You know how many models want to be in Times Square? I just found out being in Target last year how many models even want to be in Target. And I'm just like, Wow, I feel like I'm jumping the line because that's not even like the career I'm
BJ,
pursuing.
God bless you.
Blessed.
Like you're so blessed. I love to see it.
Thank you. I love to see it on you too. Blessed looks good on you.
Blessed looks good on you, BJ. Okay, BJ. Okay, so I have a couple questions.
Okay.
These are just like for fun. You know?
Yeah, let's see it.
So, who is your celebrity crush?
Do I have a celebrity crush? Honestly, I don't know if I have a celebrity crush. I think I've been low-key jaded from just going to West Hollywood too much because it's so crazy because I feel like just normal people who aren't actors, for some reason, Los Angeles are so much more attractive than actors. Have you seen that? Like, you're just like, what do you do? Or like, have you been on Raya and you're just like, none of these people are actors, but they're fine. They're just so fine.
I feel you. Raya won't let me on. Raya, get me on there.
I thought I sent you a thing.
I have 8 referrals. I know like so many people on Raya. Yeah, right? They won't. So like, it's a whole thing because like I changed my Instagram a few years ago, like the Instagram name.
Okay.
And I've been trying to tell them like, this is not my Instagram anymore. Like this is the new one, but we'll figure it out because I definitely need to be on there.
So I don't know if I have a celebrity crush. There definitely are a lot of attractive actors, but none of them are like, I don't know if I have any crushes. I don't even know if I have any crushes right now. And I'm like far from asexual, but yeah, I don't think I have any crushes.
Okay.
Do you?
Yes.
Are there
BJ.
Can you give us top 3?
Yes.
Or actually, can you give us one man and one woman?
Ooh, woman. I have to really think about that. Oh gosh. Okay. Right now, I don't really see. I feel like this when it comes to like celebrity crushes, it's not just about their art, it's about their mood and their personality.
Ooh, okay.
So I'm looking at not just like, yeah, they're cute, but like, and their music is good or whatever, but it's like their personality. So like, let me give you an example. Like, I love Tyler, the Creator.
Okay.
And it's because like one time I was at Afropunk in Brooklyn and he was doing a set. And when the crowd was like hush and they were just talking and not paying attention, it was like between songs where there's no music playing. I think they were like setting up, like he did like 4 songs and then they took like a 3-minute break. He did a really cool trick with the microphone that nobody caught but me. I felt like it was me and Tyler, and it was like 1 million people there, but it was like me and Tyler because I saw it and nobody else did. He literally was just so chill. He was just like walking across the stage and he like flipped the mic in his hand in like a really cool way, in a slick way. And I was like, that was so cool. Did nobody see that? Like nobody saw that? And they were just like talking amongst their friends. I'm like, I love Tyler, the Creator, since seeing him do that. I don't know why. Like, it was just so chill. It's like something that like one of my like friends would do, like just so chill and so like cool, and nobody saw it but me. So I love him for that.
And what an artist. He's such an artist.
And like, and then even besides his art, when he was first starting, people thought that he was weird and like nobody like people were bullying him a lot or whatever. And look at him now,
Right.
I'm just like So him, and then a woman, I had to think. Who do I really, really like? I really, really like SZA. We're both Scorpios. We have like similar, hers is November 7th, I'm November 6th. Like we're similar. And like anytime SZA drops an album, best believe I'm listening to that 24/7. Like,
SZA's a hottie.
And she only drops an album once every 5 years, but I will play it for 5 years until she comes out with another one. I love SZA.
I love SZA too.
She's amazing. So yeah, I guess the Scorpio baddie SZA and Tyler, the Creator.
Those are good ones.
Yeah.
Really good ones.
Okay, another question.
Okay.
Who should pay on the first date?
If I'm on a date with you, not me.
I love that. Well, you know what I'm gonna say.
Well, we already know. Shade Room Hollywood Unlocked. We already got the answer on that, but give it to us again.
He better pay.
He better pay.
He better pay.
He better pay.
If you
And
taking out me?
honestly, if you're really into it, I will gladly take the car service. Yeah. If you want to throw in a mini penny before, I will take that as well. I'm down. I'm not saying you have to. I'm just suggesting things. I'm always open for a suggestion.
Exactly. Okay. Where are you going on a first trip with a new bae?
Ooh. Are we like doing far in the future, like a billionaire BJ, like there's no rules. I can just do whatever I want.
No, right now,
right
BJ.
now. Oh, I'm so simple right now. Okay, so simple me. I just love activities. So like I'm down for like the two of us going to an escape room that neither one of us have any business trying to figure out. Because I don't know if you've gathered from talking to me, I'm a ditz. Like I am a ditzy girl. I don't know how I got my bachelor's from one of the like top colleges in Virginia.
What college?
William and Mary.
Oh,
I know. She was in her smart girl bag. But I would love to go to like an escape room. I love the movies, but you can't really like hang out with a date at the movies because you're quiet. So
I mean, like you're in a new relationship. It's 6 months in.
Oh, 6 months in.
And you're going on your first vacation.
Oh, we going abroad for sure.
Abroad.
I would love to go to abroad.
Oh, abroad. Yeah.
I would love to go to Tel Aviv.
Israel?
I hear they have like a great gay scene in Tel Aviv.
Ooh.
So that would be lit.
Okay.
But this summer, Bay and I are actually going to Spain. I'm not gonna say when. I'll tell you off camera.
Oh my
but
gosh.
It's gonna be lit.
That's exciting.
Yes.
Yes.
What about you?
Okay. So I love Paris. I'm a Paris girl. I love it. I don't know why. Like, I went for my birthday before COVID, and it was just so romantic. Like when you're on the Eiffel Tower in the middle of the night, and the city lights are on, all of the little houses in front of your view is like little like Paris houses that are so cute and romantic. It looks like a storybook, like a fairy tale. And I always tell like guys that I date, like when you propose to me, it needs to be on the Eiffel Tower. Like I need to have a moment at the Eiffel
You want
Tower.
some tea?
Yes.
Okay, so because you are a Beyonce fan.
Yes.
And you know the Renaissance tour tickets are coming out.
Yes.
So I don't know, did you look at the LA prices, how ridiculous they are? It's like $750 for the nosebleeds.
What?
But in Paris, the tickets are like $150 and less.
No way.
For floor seats.
Did you guys hear that? 150 or less for floor seats.
If you're gonna go to Paris this summer, to see
I gotta check it out.
You should check it out.
Oh my gosh. I love that you already looked this up and you you already looked at it. Like you
Well,
was
that's
ready.
a crazy thing. Like, I love Beyonce, so I'm gonna see her.
Who doesn't?
But
though?
also, it's crazy that the prices are like heightened in the US, but they're cheaper abroad. Like literally all the tickets are cheaper.
I wonder why.
Yeah. They know we foolish enough to pay for it.
Yeah, and then like I mean, Coachella, I heard it takes like $3,000 to like get your room and board and food and all of that. So it's like if they're willing to pay for that, they're probably willing to pay for that nosebleeds,
Right.
you know. But that's wild. So good to know, everybody. Good to know, like those Beyonce tickets.
Per.
So yeah, I would say that. And then, how long do you think you should wait before meeting the family of a new bae?
That's such a complicated, like nuanced question, only because every family is different. I don't know. Like, so like for us country folk, like if you're going to propose to someone, you get like permission from the family. I don't know if those rules apply like in California. I have no idea.
Okay.
But I don't know. I guess just when you're comfortable, I think everything's like conversation based and couple to couple.
For you, how long do you wait for you to introduce someone to your family?
So for my family, it's even more complicated because my parents don't fly. Like they're that country. Like they don't fly.
I love that,
Like they are
BJ.
in Virginia. So for someone to meet my family, I would have to have time to fly with them to go to Virginia. So it's kind of crazy. Like I haven't been home in a while because I've been working so much.
Yeah.
So it's really tough. It's so tough.
Oh my gosh, I love that though. They don't
know.
fly, they
They're
just stay
so
there.
cute.
That is so cute.
The extent of our relationship is lots of phone calls and FaceTimes.
Aww.
Yeah.
And
It's
you're
like-
the baby, aren't you?
I'm the baby. I'm the youngest of 7. It's hard
I'm
to...
the middle of 7.
I love that. That is my favorite number because of
Me too.
that.
Oh my gosh, I love that so much. I forgot that you're the youngest of 7. Oh my gosh.
It's insane.
That is so cute. Okay, well, I love that.
Yeah.
So, BJ, like, where do you see yourself going? And you asked me this question earlier, but like, what is it that you like, where do you want to see yourself? Like, where are you going? What's your like end goal, I guess?
World domination. No.
Yes.
I just want to keep working. I just want to keep telling like compelling stories that make people feel things. Those like soul stirring scripts that like just like really resonate with me, but also resonate with the audience. So I just want to keep being an artist. I really love it. Yeah, I'm living my blessing and I'm living my purpose. So.
Was it hard to make friends when you were first coming to LA?
No, it was so easy.
Really?
Yeah, I guess from my experience, when I first got here, in order to meet a lot of gay people, I auditioned for the Gay Men's Chorus of Los Angeles.
The Gay Men's what?
There's a Gay Men's Chorus of Los Angeles. It's like 400 gays. Maybe that's an exaggeration. It's at least 200 though.
That's amazing.
So I auditioned with that, and that was my way of making friends. That was like my first year here. And that was my way of like meeting people, getting shown around the city until I found the acting bug. And then a lot of my friends became like actors. And then from there, from being on set, some of my friends were like producers and they worked behind the scenes. And so meeting friends was pretty easy, but also like, I just want to apologize to anyone that I have destroyed with Casamigos. There's a high chance that you were just a stranger one day and I was drinking and I was like, hey, come here, take a shot with me. And that probably turned into 3 more. So I apologize if I have destroyed you before.
BJ, that is so LA.
It's so LA.
Well,
Oh my God. All my friends run away from me. They say I'm like the hardest person to say no to for shots because they're like, you're always smiling. And you're like, just take it. And then they're hungover for a week.
oh my gosh.
But I'm not. So.
You're not taking it. You're just giving it. Love it.
Love it. Okay, if you were to just have like a night of partying, what is your drink of choice if you do drink?
I don't really drink. I'm not a big drinker at all, but I do like, toast on holidays like Christmas, New Year's, whatever. But like if I'm going out and I'm feeling like I want to drink, I would say I like tequila shots.
Love those.
And I love like a pineapple and rum. I'm such a Caribbean girl. Like I just love
that.
an island drink.
We love a good island drink. Yum.
Yeah. So that's what that's what I go to, I feel like. What's your favorite thing about living in LA?
I feel like there's always something to do, even though like I think a lot of people can get bored. I think I've made so many friends that if I do just like text someone's going to be available and we can just go hit the city and go make some memories. So my favorite thing about living in LA is 1, the community I've built, and 2, the endless adventures. What about you?
My favorite thing about living in LA is the weather. It's always good content, worthy weather. And I love the beach because
Nice.
I am a mermaid beach girl. Like I love the water. And I'm a Scorpio.
So we like the weather for different reasons. Because you like it because you're a mermaid, and I like it because I prefer her weather. Like
you like to be a thigh and like be a thigh clothing.
I want to be a thigh. I don't want to. The fact I'm wearing pants now is a shocker. I want on coochie cutters.
You like the booty shorts.
The booty shorts, booty shorts and boots.
You
Boots
look
down.
so cute in boots.
Oh, thank you.
I love your little boots that you wear.
Thank you.
So cute.
I love it.
Well, thank you so much, BJ.
This was so much fun. And
So
congratulations to you for doing the damn thing.
Aww.
You just said, I'm going to have a podcast and look at you. Period. You've been but you've never been that girl to wait around for anything. You're just going to make it happen. And
thank you.
This is proof.
Yeah, I just got to go for it. And like sometimes like it's hard. Like some days are hard. And like some days I just like, don't feel like being a social butterfly. Sometimes I just want to be in my house.
Absolutely.
But like, consistency is key. If you guys want to do anything like this, like TikToking, YouTubing, acting, like you got to be consistent about your craft, consistent about your content that you put out. That's the best advice I can give you. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to hold up my end of the bargain as well.
Right. I mean, yeah, because I also feel like once you do make it, there's like just so much like wealth, and that individual wealth can turn to generational wealth. And
Yes.
I think that's the end goal for me. Like, I don't want anyone in my family to have to worry about anything. That's where I want to be.
I'm so glad that you said that, because I was literally thinking about that all yesterday. I'm just like, I want to leave my kids with something that they can leave their kids and their kids with.
Exactly.
Like, I want generational wealth for everybody who comes from my bloodline. And that's what I'm working towards. Like, I want to leave them something.
It's literally changing the narrative for people that look like us, because that wasn't the case, and we get to be the change.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love you, BJ.
I love you.
Well, thank you for coming. Everybody, thank you so much for watching this episode of the Gabby Fe Podcast with my special guest, BJ. And we are so happy that you're here and you're tuning in. If this is your first time coming, please follow the Spotify, iTunes, subscribe to the YouTube channel, comment below what you liked about this episode, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
If it's meant to be, then it'll be a love song.